Welcome everybody, I'm Burner, and we're going to do something a little bit new tonight, something I haven't done on the channel before. As you know, or if you're a subscriber, you've probably picked up on the fact that I do also enjoy the Walking Dead comics, and I do collect comics in general. And so I thought there might be a good amount of crossover between the game, where we have a good amount of subscribers, but hopefully also the comics world as well, fans of comics. And so what I'm going to do is do kind of an unboxing here tonight. What I have here is a product from Mondo. You might know them from mondotees.com. They do a great quality, not just comic book based material, but also sort of like pop culture stuff. They just do really quality products. They do limited time posters, collectibles. They even have some apparel. One of the cool things is they do vinyl press soundtracks, and some of them are video game related. I think it's really sweet. If you guys have never been there, you should go and at least look. They are very quality. Some of them are a little pricey. Kind of what we have here is a little pricey item, at least for sort of my expenditures on something like this. But what we have is an art book by one of my favorite comic artists, a guy named Mark Simpson, who is better known in the comic book world and as a artist simply by the name Jock, which is how I'll be referring to him. He's done a lot of great work, and just like a lot of art, I couldn't really give you 100% why I like him, but I could just say that, his artwork has always sort of just kind of grabbed my attention. It's always spoken to me. The way he can encapsulate a character, bring out, his use of space. He first started, I think this is accurate, on the Dredd title 2000 AD. Yeah, I seen him post on, I think it was his Instagram. He posted an actual painting that he said is the reason he actually got a job in comics, which was of Dredd. So that's pretty cool. He's also worked on a lot of other titles that you guys have at least heard of. He's done runs on Green Arrow, Nightwing. For me, as a Wolverine fan, he did a stint on Savage Wolverine, and he did Wolverine Max, which I love, and got to have those covers as well. And then he is working. He's had his own ongoings. He worked on Scalp, Snapshot that you might have heard on. He currently has Witches going on with Scott Snyder, and that's another one of the things I love about. Not only does he do great artwork, he tends to always work with quality people, like Snyder, like I just mentioned. I'm totally gonna say great people and then draw a blank. Andy Diggle, who he did The Losers with, was really awesome. He kind of probably hit it big when he started doing Batman. His take on Batman, in my opinion, and probably a lot of others, he does the best Batman right now, at least modern age. The dark grittiness of sort of the newer Batman that has gotten so much acclaim from comic book readers and collectors. I mean, I don't think anybody does it better than Jock. When I go back through this video, I probably will have thrown up some pictures and stuff, but I mean, just his use of so many different techniques, media, mixing media, his use of negative space, texture, how he fills, his workspace, how he doesn't fill parts of it, how he just uses the area. I love looking at his stuff. I love, reading when he does interiors and following how he conveys action. And again, just kind of uses space. I can't say enough about him. Definitely, probably if I had to name a favorite single comic book artist as my favorite, I probably wouldn't wait more than half a second and say Jock. He just does I just love his work. So what we have here is he recently put out a book simply called The Art of Jock, and Mondo did an exclusive on it. As far as I know, the actual book is the same, the hardcover bound book with the featuring of his artwork. But Mondo did a 500 copy limited exclusive. Some of the bonuses that are going to be, in addition to the book, is like a hard shell protective case. It also comes with 4 9x9 inch letterpress prints, one 8x12 screen print, and then like a signature card that Jock has signed. And then it's kind of cool. I think there was initially 5 of what Mondo is calling golden tickets, which is an actual original pen and ink illustration by Jock that's been inserted. It's kind of cool that it's in there. That's not why I bought it, because I'm pretty rational and logical. 1% chance isn't kind of really enough for me to spend money on something like this if I'm not invested in the product. And, this is just me as a fan wanting to have, a larger collection of Jock's artwork to share with people. Because a funny story, I told my girl about it. I just really like his artwork, and I'll show her stuff. I'm like, what do you think? What's your opinion? Everybody loves validation. And I keep getting the answer, maybe I just need to see more of his stuff. So it's also cool because, somebody who doesn't collect comics, doesn't follow them, might not have seen a lot of his stuff. So to see it all in one place, to have that and kind of share with my friends who might see it, is cool because, the guy does great work. I love supporting anything he does. I'll throw a whole bunch of stuff in the links too if you guys want to check him out. But that is basically it. One of the golden tickets that I've seen, he did for Daredevil. I might try throwing a picture of that up here. So it would be cool to get one of those, but do I expect to find one? Not at all. I think their website says there's like 2 left, but that's not why we're going to open this. We're basically going to open it because I'm going to probably be excited, and I want to share that with other people, especially those of you that have been following me for a while. I try and give a little bit more the more we do things like this, and kind of let you know about myself. So let's do it. I've cut open the edges here just to make it easier. Mondo, what I can say about them, this is my first purchase from them. They packaged it really well on the outside. They cleaned up all the seams, protected those in case there was any moisture, to try to do everything they can to reduce how much gets into it. So definitely A+ there. Let's get it open. All right, and got a couple of Mondo stickers here. That's kind of cool. I always like getting free stuff, even if it's small free stuff. And then, nice. Let's kind of pull this out. Let you guys kind of see. We'll get the Mondo right. Nice protective packaging around the edge, just for minor scrapes and stuff like that. But yeah, I love their product. I mean, just like I was saying, they do quality products in all those different categories. I mean, they're just really good at branding themselves. I definitely like the stuff they do. Let's kind of get this open. And of course it's upside down. Let's give Mondo a little bit more, give him a little bit more free advertisement here. But there it is. And you can even tell from the outside just a little bit of what he does there. Let me get a little lower. You can see their Dredd's featured. Yeah, a little Catwoman up there. You can see some movie stuff. Like I was saying, Mondo does posters. Jock has done a number of limited release posters for movies. His Dark Knight one was pretty cool. Again, like I said, he does Batman Amazing. You can see here from Pan's Labyrinth. He also got some pieces from Ex Machina that I believe he did concept art for. And if you've seen that movie and are a fan of that sci-fi and the looks of it, I mean, there's another thumbs up to Jock there. Some loser stuff over on the left. So let's open up this case without trying to break anything on day one. There we go on the inside. Again, I mean, it just looks great. Kind of how stuff pieced in. There you have the book on the right there, and some of the goodies over on the left. So, tell you what, let's get this out of the way, and we'll try to set it up a little better. There we go. Most of that's fit in. I'm going to take a look at the smalls real quick. So let's kind of undo this left side. All right. Try not to break anything on day one, right? So we'll start with these 9x9 prints of Jocks. I should be putting up the pictures earlier like I was talking about. You can see the Art of Jock signed card there sitting on the left, and it looks like I got number 52, all right, of 500. Yeah, some of the earlier work you've seen, just how he kind of works with the bats, definitely iconic for Jock. These mixtures of the backs working with shading and everything, so that looks pretty awesome. Another print. Nice little work here. Oh, yeah, and a print from the Cure. Pretty cool. What else do we have in our little translucent envelope? We do have a screen print here, and it looks like Groot. Very nice. I forget which cover he did. He has a cover with sort of these same colors featuring Groot and Rocket. I just can't think of what it is. I want to say it might be All New X-Men, but I'm not 100%. Whether I'm right or wrong on that, I'll try and throw a picture up here of it. The print definitely looks pretty awesome. Hopefully it conveys the same way onto the video. And let's open up the book a bit, and we'll kind of flip through. I'll show you guys what we got going on. Once again, you guys get a little close up. It's a cool thing having followed Jock is sort of seeing the evolution of his signature, both just on covers, but also when he actually signs in person. You can definitely see somebody that started to sign that more and more. Nice little textured. Ooh. Jock signature. Looks like workbench, storyboarding. Nice. And there you have it, the Art of Jock. On the left here, like I mentioned, he has a current series called Witches. I believe this is the cover for issue 5. Yeah, just love his work. It's got some intros that we can kind of skip over. Oh, here's one of those covers that I may have already popped up for you. This is Adventures of Superman number 14, I believe. This is a pretty iconic Jock work right there. Joker kind of revealing the Superman suit beneath. There you go. Yeah, he's so great in so many fields. Here's another pretty iconic one. This is Superman American Alien number 7. One of the variant covers he did. It's just love his use of yeah, just the lines, colors, mixing media. I think there's some examples in here from what I saw through the previews of how he works, you know, with like paints and then inking over on like acetate. There you go. Good Dredd cover there on the left. And here he goes. Starts talking about you know, illustrating 20D. Man, Dredd. Let's kind of flip through. I won't make this super long on you guys. Oh, there we go. The Losers. You know, he wrote this with Andy Diggle, like I said earlier. The movie, I don't even know how long it's been out now. Pretty fun movie. Really good read on the series. Really like this work. Some really great covers for Losers, too. But I think this is one of those example characters. Not characters, but of sort of just the process. You can see here, this kind of sketch overlay, working up, and then underneath, I think we have the final result. If I can manage not to break things, and you pull it up and kind of look at the final. That's kind of cool to see. For somebody that myself isn't an artist and obviously doesn't work on comic books, to kind of see process, I can definitely appreciate. Here we go. I mentioned it earlier, scalped. A couple scalp covers here. Looks like number 30 on the left and 31 on the right. It's just great work. Scalped, I think, actually got optioned. I think they're making a movie. Not a movie, but a TV show. I think it might be coming on AMC, but I'm not 100% about that. Here's some great Batman covers for you. I would screw up the numbers right now. I think these are both from actual Batman and not Detective Comics. Both of them have such long runs that it's hard for me to remember all the actual issues. I know some of them though. We'll see what we run into. Some of his interior work. I mean, I don't know. I'll ask you guys the same thing. What do you guys think, man? It really appeals to me in a way that sometimes it's just hard to explain to people, but like this one, I mean, there's a lot of empty space that's just color, but the use of it, especially encapsulating the character, especially iconic characters, not only like Batman, but here, Catwoman. This is from Catwoman 43. Just pretty nice. Let's see what else we hit on with the big pages. Here we go. Like I was talking about, his run on Wolverine Max. I dig the art. It's sort of this mixture of simplicity, but also so much texture and action within the same cover. You know what I mean? There's not a whole lot going on the right. The most of the work of the creativity of the actual skill of drawing is obviously on the left, but the creativity in piecing together, the colors, and again, mixing different media, and just the texture. I love it, especially on a character I love as much as Wolverine. He does a really great Wolverine. Maybe he'll get back to it someday. I won't get into the politics of comic books, but he does really great. Oh, and another thing I mentioned this earlier. This was the limited edition poster he did for the Dark Knight Rises. And you can see it just does really great. And another use of the bats, of using just the mini tiny bats to sort of piece together a larger part of the image. Very nice. What do we got here? Got some sort of acetate overlay, or at least transparency. You can this is what I talk about. I like seeing this. The paint work, and then coming over with the inks to kind of piece it together in the detail. Very cool. Try to get you guys through the end. This is mostly what I just wanted to show. Yeah, I'm pretty jazzed about this. I think this was another poster. I don't remember which one, but again, great use of those iconic Jock bats. It's just looks so good. There we go. We're talking about Pan's Labyrinth, poster he did for Pan's Labyrinth. So clean, man. Just love it. This is one of my favorites. This is a Zero Dark 30, and as you guys are glancing at it, I'll give you a little bit of time to kind of take it in, and then I'm going to show you, if you haven't noticed, the creativity. You see the title down here, Zero Dark 30. Now pay attention to the soldiers coming down here who should be Navy SEALs, and you'll see that he's actually spelled it out, Zero Dark 30. And it's one of those things that once you see it, you can't forget it. And then I'll ask you to look over on the right side and you'll see it again. Just very creative. And again, working within his own style. Oh, man. So good. What we got? Batman Year One. Some use of the bats. There's a big flip here. Sorry about the shake. And it looks like films. Probably just see some posters here, I'm assuming. Nice. Interesting work here. Oh, for Battleship. That's pretty cool. Concept art. Let's see if Ex Machina pops up. There we go. Like I mentioned, concept art for Ex Machina, which I think was really well designed. And I actually saw the movie not knowing that Jock had anything to do with it. And so it was really cool to sort of find that out and know that the visuals that I really appreciated in Ex Machina were actually, related to, one of my favorite comic book artists. So pretty cool. Ava there from Ex Machina. It's a fun flick, especially if you're a sci-fi fan. If you haven't seen it, give it a watch. Yeah, it should be out. I don't think it was like most sci-fi movies. It didn't completely take people away, but I love the concept. Some good twist in there. Again, the design and everything's done so well. You should give it a look. And there's the afterword. So that's about it, guys. I'm not going to go through all the ins and outs, but just wanted to share that with you. See what kind of conversations we can spark between those playing the game, and see if we have any comic book carryover. If you've read anything by Jock, if you've seen his work before, let me know. If not, like I said, check down below. I'm going to put a lot of links in here. Give his stuff a look. If you do collect comics and maybe he's not somebody that you've kind of been turned towards, or if you've thought about collecting comics, man, I would recommend it's a good place to start. He's got a good mix of value from some of those iconic covers that I just showed you, but a lot of his interior work and his earlier work before he started hitting sort of those big name characters that really catapulted him. He still has amazing art in, but you can usually find them for good prices. So that's a great place if you're going to start collecting to kind of work on. That's it. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if it's something you want to see on the channel, or if I should just keep this to myself. I know it went on a little bit long, but I was really excited to get this. Man, just love his work. Yeah, I guess that's what art does, right? Something that kind of brings you a little bit of happiness when you take a look at it, that you love sort of analyzing and taking in the details, as I am Groot here. Appreciate the time as always, guys. If you like, go ahead and hit the button. If you're new, you want to see more of this, go ahead and subscribe, comment below, let me know. Thanks, guys. I'll see you soon.